Alright, so hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gaming with Day, and today I'm just going to be doing a little special effects horror makeup on my hand for Halloween. So my products I have today is the liquid latex, the vampire blood or fake blood. You can get this from like a Spirit Halloween store, it doesn't matter, Amazon. This is my, if I can find a name, it's my Midnight Blood. As you can see, I got that from Amazon. Some of the makeup, color makeup for the bruising and stuff, got that from Amazon as well. And for my makeup, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation in the color 510W, and or my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Rich Sand. All right, so I'm going to be doing, and these are just the brushes I'm going to be using. And don't mind this stuff over here is for my nails. I'm going to be doing my nails later. Not on camera, but you know. So, and I am going to be using this makeup sponge. It does have some makeup on it already, but it's okay. It's going to work perfectly fine. All right, so I'll take this off. And I'm just going to be doing like a gash on my hand. So nothing too special. So you're going to start by applying a liquid latex. It doesn't matter how you apply it. You could put it in the shape you want the gash to be, but it doesn't matter. And I let that dry for a little bit. And I also use tissue. It could be toilet paper, paper towels. It doesn't matter. I use tissue mainly. I know some people use cotton balls or cotton, but I like tissue better because it gives more like a realistic skin look. And this is also going to be my utensil. I have more, but I just can't find them right now. So yeah, so I'm just going to let that dry for a little bit. Just going to move this table back some. So, are you guys ready for Halloween? I'm excited. I usually really don't do anything for Halloween because people don't really trick or treat anymore. So, it's nothing really to do. And I guess I could do special effects makeup for people, but it's kind of hard finding them. And see, I put too much right there. So I put too much. I'm going to use the drier side to get some of it off. Oops. Now I'm going to start by applying some of my tissue. So I'm just going to rip some off. And I do like to split my tissue in half like that to get it the thinnest as it can be. And I just apply like that. It doesn't have to be any type of spectacular way, any type of pieces. And just apply over the liquid latex. And let that latex dry with it. And since this sponge still has some liquid latex on it, I could put that excessive amount. And don't worry about the tissue ripping off on the sponge. It's okay. See, that's a lot. But if you don't want your tissue to rip, you can be really gentle, like gently, barely touching it. See, that ripped, but it's okay. You can start adding more tissue. I like to do at least 4, maybe 5 layers of tissue in the latex, because I don't want the skin too thick, but I don't want it too thin either. All right, so now that it's dry, or mostly dry, I'm gonna go in with my little scissors and create a little, first I'm gonna create a little hole. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect, because it's not supposed to look perfect. Cuts aren't straight across. They never look perfect. So it's okay if it doesn't look as perfect. Cuts are messy. They look horrible. They're gaseous. You kind of want it to look like that skin is really coming up, like. All right, now that we have our cut, I'm gonna let it dry a little bit more, and then I'm going to go in with the special effects makeup. And y'all, I thought this color right here was black, but it's a dark purple, but it's still, you can still use it as black, because you can't really tell, especially when you're putting it inside the wound and using it to darken up the area. So it's okay. It's like a black substitute. But as you can see, I basically use all the colors in here. Like I use the yellow and green for infection, of course the dark red and red for like bruising, blood, and of course the dark purple and light purple bruising. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit more, then I'm gonna start applying my my bruising. And the thing is, I don't cover my I don't cover my wound in like all the I just don't completely cover it. I kind of do it sporadically. Like you'll see how it's done. Just softening up my brush. And this is my special effects brush. Like I use this brush for nothing but special effects, and I don't use it on anybody but myself. So that's why it looks like this. And this is also my personal makeup brush, foundation brush. I don't use it on anybody but myself. So I'm gonna go in with this darker purple, and I'm gonna go in and put it on my skin. Now, as you can see, you can see it's purple on the camera, but in real life, it looks really dark, like it's black adjacent. And then when you put the clotted blood on it, it's gonna really look black, and the runny blood. But yeah, I think when it comes to like, cause I'm a master cosmetologist, and I think my favorite thing to do, like I like doing hair, I love to do nails, but I think one of my favorite things to do is special effects, really. Like, it was my dream to work on The Walking Dead, but unfortunately, I think they're ending soon, so it's just kind of like no point. And then I will use my sorry if you guys can't see my hand, because I'm constantly pulling it back to get a better look at it, but I'm gonna try to keep it in the camera. But yeah, I wanted to work on The Walking Dead because I liked how they did their zombies and stuff, and I feel like I could do it. But they're ending, and I don't know another zombie show to do. So yeah, if you guys know any, you could leave suggestions in the comment section. And since I didn't use all my tissue, I'm just going to use the wipe off the excess makeup. So you can see how I sporadically did the, sorry if the camera's moving a lot, I'm moving the table. But as you can see, I sporadically did the dark spot. So now I'm gonna go in with this darker red right here and kind of go over those dark spots and put them in different areas as well. Get off the excess, because sometimes when you're trying to do, like when you're trying to be strategic with it and you have too much on, it'll spread too much and it's not gonna wipe off because it's liquid latex. So you'll have to work with it or work around it. So as you can see that part, as you can see that part kind of looks like a little bruise, like it's starting to look more like a bruise. And if you want to, you can even add dark red in the center with the cut, but it's gonna kind of take away that black dark look. So I'm probably gonna add more purple back on top and wipe some of that off. Now I'm gonna add some of this light red. And don't worry if you feel like your bruising or whatever isn't perfect, because you're gonna add your foundation on top of it and then do more bruising on top of that foundation. This is like, think of it as like underskin bruising. And that foundation is gonna cover most of it. Trying to see. I think we're going with some green now. With the green, I'll be really sporadic because it's, oops. Because it's supposed to look like that infection is under the skin. I'm sorry, y'all, again, if the camera is moving too much. It might, hopefully it's not unwatchable. If it's making you feel any type of way, giving you motion sickness, then please don't watch it. I guess the best way to make it stop shaking if I take my hand off the table. So, all right, now I'm gonna go in with yellow. And see, this yellow is really soft, and so lightly tapping it twice picked up a lot. So I'm just going to dab it around in different areas that I want it to be in. And wipe off that excess and spread that out. maybe some green around here, the edges. A little bit of this dark purple. Alright, so now that I got most of my bruising down, I'm going to go ahead with the foundation. Now, I was going to use my Anastasia, but I think it's a little too dark for me, so I'm going to use my Shape Tape instead. Because with the bruising, the foundation is already going to look dark, so... Just using a light brush and going in lightly. Well, not lightly, but I'm just dabbing it in really. You can see how that's blending out. You really don't need that much foundation because you're not beating a face, you're beating a scar. So as you can see, that's mainly blended. Really, you can still kind of see some of that bruise under there, especially like up there where I put the purple last time. And yeah, you could definitely see some of that liquid latex. So I'm gonna try to really blend that in there with my skin. And y'all, I never had any like special effects training. I never took in any classes. Except for if you call a cosmetology school a special effects class. But of course they really didn't go into depth with that. So I think I'm pretty good for an amateur, really, for someone who's never taken special effects classes. Alright, so that's how that looks with the foundation on. I'm gonna put that down, and now I'm gonna add some more back in the middle because some of the foundation kind of covered it. I'll rip some of my skin off, child. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that looks really purple on camera. But it's gonna look good. So have our clotted blood, and I'm gonna take my tool. I'm just gonna dig in it. As you can see, it's really thick. And I'm just gonna apply it in the center, in the gash. And you can see now it don't look as purple it looks it looks good. So if you don't have a black or anything, you could use a very dark, like a dark red or a dark purple. And it's gonna get the job done. It's gonna work and it's gonna look good. Cause see, now you can't even tell with the purple because the blood is taking up most of the space. And this red blood is so thick when it's like clotted together. And when applying blood, you could be as messy as you want to because it's not it's not about being perfect. It's about making it look real. So you can see that looks good, but of course it needs more blood, so. And me personally, I like to work with clotted blood more than the runny blood because it gives you more, I don't want to say room, it makes it look more realistic than the runny blood. But I still might add some, just add some in the middle to give it that extra gloss. I'm just gonna pour some in the cap so I could, I'm sorry. I forgot how it looked. And just kind of pour it into, okay, pour it into the scar. I'm sorry, y'all, they're mowing the grass outside my window. I forgot it was the day. Today was the day. And kind of let it drip and do what it does. And if you want to, you can move your hand around. Get it more movable, flexible. Move your fingers around, get it flexible. If you want, you can kind of guide it a little too as well. I was gonna add some more just so we could start to pour down my hand. I wish I had a safety pin kinda, just so it could, I could put it through the cut. right, and yeah, that is my special effects Halloween makeup tutorial. Well, not really a tutorial. You can use it as a tutorial if you want to, but it's mainly a video on how I do special effects makeup. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.